nothing like Cedar Point on Earth. There really isn't, and it's cool.
America's Roller Coaster is set to thrill once again this season.
Any day at Cedar Point's a good one. If we're opening a new coaster here, even better.
That coaster is the Wild Mouse spinning coaster.
It's very exciting to be here. It's a wonderful collaboration with Cedar Point.
This is what I love about the business, because we spend so much time planning.
What do you get when Cedar Point, Zamperla, and Bainham Solutions collaborate? Well, you get a modern roller coaster in an all-new Midway area.
We actually worked with Cedar Point and Zamperla to install the mouse coaster.
This is our first time on the ride.
And Ace's Derek Perry was there for the experience.
And you have the first exclusive view of our new Boardwalk area.
Walter Bowser, president of Bainham Amusement Solutions.
Again, this is our first roller coaster, quote-unquote roller coaster installed.
Tony Clark, director of communications at Cedar Point Amusement Park, loves the appeal of the Wild Mouse coaster.
So when you finally get to the point where someone can physically see it, physically get on it, physically enjoy it, and tell you how much they like it.
The coaster in this new Boardwalk area pays homage to Cedar Point's history. Kerry Boldman, Vice President and General Manager of Cedar Point, looks forward to seeing families enjoy this nostalgic boardwalk.
So it's just that classic boardwalk experience. It's beautiful. It's very family friendly. The whole product is very family friendly. And we know families are going to build a lot of memories here and remember them for years to come. We like to tell stories, and I think part of our story is just our rich tradition being an amusement park on the beach.
The park got its start in 1870 with a simple bathhouse on the beach.
This is the 154th season now that we're going to be in operation.
ACE member Keith Kelly.
And this whole section that Cedar Point has created, basically a homage to, the shore parks. And the area is just beautifully done, beautifully landscaped. I love the classic rides.
And we really wanted to draw on that and really have a nostalgic, classic boardwalk with all of the modern touches. And that's exactly what we did.
The personalization of the Wild Mouse coaster falls into Zamperla's expertise, says Adam Sandy, roller coaster sales and marketing director.
Theming is really Zamperla's specialty. So to kind of be able to work with them, and they've done an amazing job pulling a team unit together that creates unique areas. And we do great theming that complements those areas. It's been really fun to work on projects with them.
2 more rides, relocated with a new paid package, fit perfectly into the new area.
And we moved to our classic rides from another area of the park, the Matterhorn and the Atomic Scrambler, which got a little bit of a new name. Someone said to me, why don't you just get rid of the 2 old rides? I'm like, are you kidding? They're special, they're classic, it's part of our history. And they fit here beautifully. I think people will spend a lot of time out here, and I feel like there's something for everyone in the family out here.
It's going to be great for families, and I think Cedar Point really has a winner here.
I think what you have is this whole area has a personality now, a persona. It's a classic boardwalk, and we really tied everything together, and I think we're really proud of the way it turned out. We know guests are going to love it.
Cedar Point's newest coaster, the Wild Mouse, is a modern version of an old Wild Mouse coaster.
We call this our Twister coaster, and classically that was, your classic Wild Mouse, a lot of switchbacks, a couple of hills.
Very mousy!
The advancements in technology have allowed the coaster to feature a greater number of hills, twists, dives, and hairpin turns.
So this is a little bit different than some of the other Wild Mouse coasters that are out there, including our own that we had many years ago.
The coaster stands 52 feet tall and reaches speeds of 35 miles per hour.
When we talked to Cedar Point, they came to us and said, we want to have that classic Wild Mouse feel, but it's Cedar Point. It needs to be custom for us.
The coaster features several cars, including a cheese car.
I am partial to cheese car. I think everybody is. So that is my favorite.
I think one of the coolest things about the ride is the logo, because if you look in history and some of the pictures of our old Wild Mouse, it is that same logo, but we've given it that modern twist and a few nods to some other attractions on it as well.
Actually, I thought it was amazing. It's a really good spinner.
ACE member Adam Brown thinks Wild Mouse is a terrific enhancement for Cedar Point.
It definitely puts the wild in wild. Not something you would expect to run as well as it does. It's not a kiddie coaster. It's definitely a good addition to the lineup of this park.
Oh my gosh, this is such an amazing addition to Cedar Point.
ACE member Darian King loves the sideways G's.
There are so many laterals that you just don't see coming while you're riding the ride.
Little hairpin turns are really fun. And by the way, you get an amazing amazing views.
It's a great addition to the park. I'm so happy we have it.
Wild Mouse's freeform spinning should keep riders coming back again and again, as no two rides will be the same.
Well, I mean, it's all about weight distribution. So if you have a whole family of 4, chances are you're not going to get that crazy spinning. But if you and a friend decide to sit on one side of the car, then you're probably going to get kind of like a tilt-a-whirl, but on coaster track. So.
Awesome. I've never spun that much on a spinning coaster before, I don't think.
Well, you just did.
Are you making plans for Cedar Point this summer?